All right, so I have another thought about brands. And one thing that came to my mind last night was what's one brand that everyone loved, but it went out of business? Meaning, every time you saw this bottle, you had to pick it up. It was your favorite sipper, your favorite, celebratory drink, whatever, favorite mixer, whatever it was, tequila brand. Because as you guys know, a brand can be loved by a small segment of people, but if it's not meeting the profit margin that they're wanting, or if that profit margin is too low and they end up having to go out of business, or lose everything over the sake of the brand, then you're gonna lose that expression. So I was just wondering, like, how many of these brands people out there come across? Now, the brand that comes to mind for me is a brand called Modesto. I remember it was like back in like 2018, 2019, whatever. I went to this liquor store called Homewood Liquor here in the south suburbs of Chicago. And, I was doing my little tequila hunting. This was before I started TLA. It was just me just trying to find like different bottles and different, different brands I never heard of, in order just to expand my flavor palette, expand my knowledge on tequila, and just, I like trying new tequilas. And I was looking behind their shelves because they would put newer bottles up front, and then of course the old bottles that weren't selling, the brands that didn't sell, they would push all the way to the back, and you would have to kind of hunt back there for new bottle for those bottles. And I came across this bottle of Modesto, and it was their Añejo, to be exact. And it was kind of like not like a pirate type of bottle, but it was like an old style, like hand blown glass type of bottle. It was dope as hell. Just the look of it was dope as hell. The writing was on there, it was dope as hell. And it was like $55 for it. So I'm like, well, I mean, for $55, I'll take the chance on this. So I bought it, cracked that bad boy open, first sip. I'm like, damn, like, this is delicious. This is delicious tequila. It was nice, agave forward, fresh water. I mean, it was just like, almost like drinking like agave water with like a hint of pepper in there. I'm just like, man, I need more of this. I need more, So whenever I would empty a bottle, I would go back for a new one. And I started introducing it to my neighbors and everything. And, unluckily, I don't know if that's a word or not, but we're going to go with it. They only had like a case or something like that left. So I was only able to get like 3 bottles total. Obviously, I can go back and buy 3 bottles a whole, but just in general, I went through 3 bottles myself, and then I had a couple neighbors who probably bought a couple bottles as well. And then it was gone. Couldn't find it anywhere. Can't find it anywhere. Reached out to the actual brand. I talked to them about maybe 2 years ago or so, and they were telling me a story about how they ended up closing the brand and everything. I'm just like, man, like, this is, when you find a tequila that's delicious at a good price, you start to, that you want to drink on a regular basis, you get disappointed when you hear the brand has been, dissolved. So that's my one, Modesto tequila. In particular, their Añejo. I came across a bottle of their Reposado maybe a year ago, and I'm still holding on to that last little bit. I can't, I'm gonna be sad when it officially is all gone. But yeah, let me know what's a brand like that for you guys, or even if you even came across a brand like that, because it's a pretty sad occurrence when you drink that last drop of a brand that you know that you're not going to be able to get another bottle of.